Hello, we're back with Make and Break. Last time we were working on this little food cart, and this time we're working on this little food cart. Later today, I'm gonna play a little bit of Sonic. Don't know if we're gonna finish it today. I got 3 more characters left, and I don't know. It's kind of random how much you can beat that game in a certain amount of time. So we're just gonna go ahead and chug away at this and move over to Sonic when we feel content. So, yeah, let's jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and play some music. Hopefully it's not too loud. My audio got reset because my Streamlabs crashed and reset all my settings, but we should be good. Let's see how that looks. Got all my audio to normal. There we go. That sounds about right to me. Cool. So, looking at this food cart, what do we got to do? Well, got a couple of things we gotta do. I gotta put a big old bin of rice down here. I gotta put a drop cooler in here with some ice at the bottom. And then we gotta put our little grill stove thing. And then, you know, little quality of life stuff all over the place. So, first thing I want to do, while we're just kind of chilling, is I'm going to go ahead and fix this wheel. The wheel got really messed up for seemingly no reason. And I just want to fix it. It's time. It's time to fix it. So, how are we going to fix this thing? Well, first off, we got to know what's wrong with it. Oh, I'm like relearning the controls to Blender all of a sudden. Why is that? Oh, there we go. Moment number 1. There's our first problem. Do we have our second problem? That one looks decent. But yeah, this one, it's connecting awkwardly. So, what we found out last time is that some of these were doubling as faces. Oh wait, wasn't there a face up here? So, how do we find these weird face edges? Not sure. And also, that kind of begs the question for me. Can I just bypass it? Like, can I do that and then not think about it? Let's see. This is the dream. This is how I want it to go. So if I do this... Nope. It's a wreck. And this one doesn't even go. Why not? Yeah, what a wreck. What a wreck this thing is. Why is this one so botched? Here's sort of a different idea. Okay, what about this? Check this out. What if I try to loop cut it? Can I loop cut all these? Yeah. Loop cuts. And in fact, let's loop cut each of them with 3. And that might do the job. Not 4. 3. I imagine I could shift R to do this, but I don't know exactly how we want to go about doing that. So, I'm gonna not. Okay. So, I'm going to grab all of these, and we're going to hope and pray... Nope, not that. We're going to hope and pray that this doesn't freak out on us. Let's do that, that. This. Those. We're going. My microphone has been kind of messing up a lot lately, so I'm just double checking that that stays good. Okay, we want to bring... Ooh, this is going to require some thinking, isn't it? What if we do just the small one? And can I move... Edge slide. Oh, but it's not even. Okay, nope. Not that. Okay, so this is definitely a situation where we're going to take you... Whoa. We're going to push you out. Push out like that, and then we'll proportion it. And we're going to just kind of guess. Ooh, this is going to be a little bit weird. Okay, so if we want to go ahead and drop these guys down to, say, 2. That just looks not good. That looks pretty bad. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Oh, man, I'd hate to keep it low poly like this. That's definitely not the vibe. Okay, so we have to fix it. There's no other way around it. We have to fix it. So let's start with what I think is the simplest solution. And we'll see if this even does anything for us. Maybe there's double vertices. Maybe that's what it is. Nothing there. Nothing there. Looking normal. What's the problem here, man? Looks totally normal. Okay, whatever. So I got all these. We hit F. We make a face. We click these. We hit F. We make a face. Okay. Looks normal. So theoretically, this is the most normal thing in the world. Let's bevel it. Okay, it's capturing all the way around. That's a good sign. What happens when we bevel you? It bevels. Okay. Okay. Now it's your turn. What? It just works. Okay, I'm gonna try them all. It's gonna freak out. If it just works right now, I'm gonna be so upset. I guess I'm not. I'm gonna be happy, but... Okay, yep, it broke. So, let's redo you. Yep, you're the one. Maybe I clicked the wrong one. So, first things first, get out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that and just delete all that. And then we're gonna double check that our edges look good. Nothing weird there. Nothing weird there. What is causing the problem? No clue. No clue. I'm gonna redo it and hopefully it just works and then we're done. And I can move on with my life without being cursed. All right. Here we are. We're gonna call it. We're gonna say we're good. Looks good. Okay. Come on, fingers crossed. Everybody, cross your fingers. We're gonna go ahead and just do it. We're just gonna do it. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. So I'm gonna get it maxed out. That looks good. Looks decent at the very least. And if I start adding stuff to it... So let's say 0.05. Still kind of low poly looking, but I guess we can take it. Cool. She'll do the trick. Cool, and we can really diminish our polys by undoing what I did earlier, which I should have done earlier. Nope, one at a time. We'll hit dissolve faces. I'm going to shift R. And we're just going to shift R through all of this because I goofed it, but sometimes you got to goof to succeed. How do you think Goofy exists? So in the greater scheme of life and times and doing things, me and my partner have been looking at a lot of Kingdom Hearts content lately. I guess I'm just on a Kingdom Hearts kick right now. And man, I can't believe, one, how ambitious those games are, and two, how ridiculous those games are. It's like, they're somewhat beautiful and somewhat stupid at the same time. I cannot believe they exist. I have only reverence for them. Just because they're stupid doesn't mean that they're not pieces of art. But they are just bizarro games. Like, ignoring the fact that it's Disney meets Final Fantasy, which is, you know, of course, insanity. Why would that be a thing? Ignoring that, even just the mechanics of the game are crazy. Like, you turn into a lion and Goofy turns into a turtle. What? Donald turns into an octopus at one point. Goofy dies. What? What is wrong with Kingdom Hearts? It's kind of awesome. I've yet to play Kingdom Hearts 3. It's on my to-do list. I will play it eventually, no doubt about that, but it just hasn't gotten around to it yet. Is that good? Do we still have vertices? Ugh, we still have vertices. I guess I'll fix the vertices. Alright, we're gonna merge at last. Alright, that's not that bad. I should have fixed this earlier when it was going to be easier to fix, but such is life. Also, looking at this, I think there's one thing that we have to do real quick here. I think I gotta put a bearing on the end of the wheel. I gotta look up a wagon wheel. What do wagon wheels look like? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was getting at with Kingdom Hearts. It's just on my mind. It's all I've been thinking about for the past 24 hours. I'm sure there's more creativity or something to divine from that, but I don't have it in me yet. Alright. So the wagon wheel is finally beveled the way that we want it to. Turns out the solution was actually pretty easy. We just had to redo the faces on that little spoke there. If anybody has an explanation what went wrong, I would love to hear it, because I feel like that problem happens once a month for me. Just enough to the point where I would like never want to look up why. Because it's not normal. It's not a problem that I experience every time I make a model. It just happens randomly. It's that and the one where there's like 5,000 edges on a face, but they're all like overlapping with each other. And it's like, why? Who made all these edges? I didn't do it. All right, that's a clean looking wheel. So let's Google what a wagon wheel looks like real quick. Wagon wheel. Oh, Darius Rucker. Hell yeah. Oh, they look weird. Yep. They definitely have a hole through the middle of them, which is good for us. That'll work. But that little... the spoke that they're in is pretty strange. Also, why are none of them attached to a wagon? Okay, let's type in a wagon. No. There we go. Yeah, to the best that I can see, it just looks like a little, it looks like a raised little bit. It's pretty normal. Okay, so looking at wagon wheels, two things become very apparent very quickly. One is they are not this thick. That looks a little weird, but I'll take it. Fine. Let's go ahead and pop that out. Just a little bit. Actually, we could probably go a little bit further than that. There we go. Now, what does a wagon wheel look like? It looks like this. And you put a little guy in there. Just like that. And this little guy comes on out. And that looks a little too simple. How am I gonna fix that? I suppose I'll bevel it. That's probably the best way that we're gonna do this. It needs to be smaller. They're a lot smaller than that. Yep, that looks about right. Could probably come out just a little bit more. And then we're gonna grab just the center spoke and push that way in, because that doesn't exist. We're not gonna use that. All right, and now I can bevel it, and we're gonna try and make a whole bunch of... Actually, let's bevel this. If I clamp overlap, I'm gonna get nothing, right? Oh, you're telling me that's clamping the overlap? Look at this, it looks terrible. In what world is that not overlapping? Okay, no. No. What about here? Okay, we'll grab all these little separate pieces, and then we'll try and bevel those. Are we not allowed to bevel them? Where's the bevel? What? Oh. I accidentally played. Got it. I turned it into an animation by accident. Didn't mean to do that. This is kind of what we want. I don't know why it's rotating, though. You shouldn't rotate. Why is it rotating them? That doesn't make any sense. I am confused. Yep, we're not doing that. Nope, 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 nope. No need. Not even think about it. I think we can go ahead and just try to do this manually then. I didn't want to do it manually, but not my first rodeo. I've done this before. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab you. We're going to J you. We're going to J you. All the way around. Is it ugly? Yeah, it's ugly. But it's efficient. And I can always clean stuff later. The goal is to make something because we're very likely going to remake it later. I'd rather practice and understand what I'm doing than make a perfectly clean model that may or may not be used on a project. Okay. So we're here. Now I'm going to grab you and I'm going to go ahead and average you to make more of a circle. See? Look at that. That looks great. Now I'll take it and actually drop it down a little bit. Yo, tell me that's not like so clean. What a clean thing I just did. Theoretically, that would be a quad, but that's a bad looking quad, so I'm not going to do that. Trying to think how I can bisect this into quads, but I don't think there's a really glorious solution. So we'll take the star method. All right, looking back at our reference image, it really is just like a little metal cylinder sticking out of it. These are some bad pictures of wagons. Turns out the wagon community is bad at photography. Who would have thought? Oh, looks like there is actually an easier version that I could have done. My bad. Oh well. Almost all of them have this very specific look to them though. So we're gonna go with the traditional look. If I could just get a really close-up image. They're all so far away. Oh, dare I say that little red wagon has the best rendition of it. Yeah, I'm gonna take the little red wagon version. Let's do you. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, so we want to go into object mode. How are we gonna do this? I want to make a UV sphere. I'm not too worried about how detailed it is. We'll say 20 and 20 is probably good. And then I'm going to rotate it on X. No, we're going to rotate it on Y, which will probably end up being Z. No, it's Y. And we're going to push it forward. Let's do it. Okay, check it. We're going to go ahead and just make it real small. I'm going to go ahead and squish it down a little bit. We're going to bring you down. Make you small. We're going to get really close and just do this as good as we can. That looks pretty good already. Okay, I'm going to be very careful with how much of this we use. Because we have some tangents right next to each other, and that's going to look a little ugly for sure. Um, hmm. I'd hate to make this really high poly just for the sake of getting rid of that. Maybe when we add some bump to it, I can do it. Or I could always do like a subsurface scatter if I have to. So let's not worry about it. I will shade you flat though. And I don't know why it's showing off these seams. That's weird. Why is it doing that? What? I bisected that angle. Why is it doing that? Okay, well, hold on. We gotta fix it. Wow, that's frustrating. Why would you force me to fix it? I did it the right way, I think. Okay, so we'll just put you together. I thought I was so careful with it. I thought I did it perfect. This wheel, what a nightmare. I made that rice cooker. It took 2 seconds. It was the easiest thing I've ever made. This, nah. You make a wheel, something you've made 1,000 times before, it's the hardest thing on earth. Alright, so we got that. Now let's grab you, 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 and you. And we'll repeat. And now you should be fixed. Not that way, this way. Correct. The green is not my favorite color for a unshaded mesh. Looks a little close to the gray at certain angles. But it'll do. Maybe I should change the background color now that I'm thinking about it. Wonder what would be a good color. I was thinking about changing it to green screen so that we could do some like funny weird stuff, like put chat back there or something. But I kind of went against that idea because I think that is a bad idea. Okay, this works. And that actually doesn't look too bad. It's a little weird when you clip it like that. So we're gonna go past the clip. Yeah, it's a little weird for sure. Like if we do this, that looks all right. Probably, yeah, I mean, adding more vertices probably would have helped this a lot. But I'm not really trying to do all that. There's no reason this has to be the biggest mesh I've ever made. Yeah, that's too big. We'll cut it. We'll cut it down. All right. We'll take it. It's fine. And what I'm going to do now is grab you, bring you into edit mode. We're going to grab just the end of it. This is how we're going to do it. Just the end of it. Bring you forward. Proportion it. Don't be crazy. Don't be crazy. What if I did just sphere and then brought it down? Yeah, that's basically what it looks like. Double check. Yeah, looks about right. Now let's go ahead and just drop it. It doesn't need to be so big. We'll say like 0.01. That's basically exactly what it looks like. 0.015. We'll take it right there. And I think we can actually go 0.03. Yep. To the best of my understanding, that's what every single one looks like. I've yet to find one that doesn't look like that, other than the ones that are bolt-on. And we're not doing the bolt-on because I already did all the work to make it look nice. I think we're good. Oh, hello. Hello. Okay, no, I do see a problem. I got it. Let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. Bring you forward by, what was it, 0.015? That looks alright, I guess. And then we'll do a sharp. That looks alright to me. 0.025. Yeah, perfect. Now I'll go ahead and grab you and bring you out by just the tiniest little bit. And we'll proportion it with a sphere. And we'll do 0.01. Hey! Looks like a weird jelly. Cool. Let's stick with that. That looks fine. I mean, it definitely looks a little weird out of context, but when you start adding everything to it, I don't think it's bad. Right, we'll go into the actual rendered view, which is going to kill my computer for a second. Did I color the locks? I did not color the locks. Why did I not do that? All right, let's color some stuff real quick. So we are in this view. Let's go ahead and shade you smooth. That wood texture looks terrible. What is happening? You can be... We need you to be like a metal. Did I make 2 metals or just 1? I must not have made a metal. Why did I not make a metal? Okay, well, we'll go ahead and just get rid of that Damascus steel. And we'll put you forward, and we'll put you in there. And we'll brighten you up. That should do it. It's a little big, honestly. Maybe I'll shrink it down in just a second. It definitely looks weird. Something's strange about it. I'm gonna have to texture the wheel. The way the wood texture looks is pretty bad. Same with this. This bad boy just does not want to participate. Like if I do that, that's fine, I guess. It just shrank it so much for no reason. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and take it there, and we will get back. Oh, no, we want to do the locks. Do not forget the locks. Okay, so you can be this new metal. We'll call you silver. Your silver, your silver, your gold. Kind of repeating the old gold, but it's fine. Disregard the work trucks working on the high school. the high school that's never quiet. Oh, and they're mirrored, so I don't even need to do it on this side. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. All right, that works. So yeah, now we can go ahead and run over here and start doing the next. Something I think I can knock out pretty quick is making a bin. So let's make ourselves a little food bin. I'm going to go based on memory. I was going to look up an image, but who needs it? I don't need it. So I'll push you back. What are we doing? We need a bin. So I'm going to edit you. We're going to loop cut, bring it right down to the bottom. The bin comes in just a little bit for that loop cut. Just like that. Okay. And then there is going to be a fan in here. Let's do that. Let's bring you in. Like that. And then we'll push you up. That's basically what they look like. If we're being really analytical, which we shouldn't, but we're going to go ahead and bevel that by 2. Just get it really small. There we go. Look at that. That's what a bin looks like. If I was being really crazy, we would put that little nub right in the middle here, that little piece that's on manufactured goods, but I'm not doing that. That's crazy. Okay. We should go ahead and punch a hole in the top of this thing, and I gotta put a ridge on it. So again, we're gonna be using really small angles. We'll say like that looks good, and I will extrude along normal because I don't want to intersect anything. I'm just going to bring it all the way. Actually, I don't need to bring it all the way to the bottom. We're going to fill it full of rice. Oh no, it's going to be clear. We definitely need to bring it to the bottom. Okay, so let's say negative 1.85. That should be good enough. I should probably be looking at this thing clear. What's the sphere? Sphere is wheel bearing. We'll go ahead and put you up here. Get rid of the cart. Get rid of the locks. Get rid of the cookware. Cool. We're here. For the sake of our own sanity, I'm going to render this really quick. So, new. You need to be translucent, which I think will be good enough. It might need to be transparent. It's kind of hard to tell with these things. Yep, translucent is not the vibe. So, transparent. Shader, transparent. It is now completely transparent. I'm going to give it a glassy texture, or maybe a glossy. Glossy is probably a little bit better. And I got a very smart idea that hopefully works. We're going to use a mix shader. I don't know which one goes where. It doesn't matter, I guess. And it's going to be based off of whether it's reflecting or not. So let's put you all over here. It's that foggy, gross, off-white color. Like that. Yeah, it's kind of that gross plastic color. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab, where are you? Texture coordinates. Now, this one says reflection. I don't think it is reflection. Oh. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's good. Oh, it works so well. Wow, that works super well. That's so cool. Wow, I love that. Cool. Okay, so let's do the exact same thing. I'm going to move this texture coordinate backwards. In fact, I'll go ahead and make myself like a much easier time, and I'll put a reroute in here. And we're going to reroute this bad boy. There we go. I just want to move it. How do I move it? What? Can I not move it? Won't let me. Okay. Oh well. Since they're crossed and I need this one to be up top anyway, we'll go ahead and put it up top. And I'm going to go ahead and put on a color ramp. Lo and behold, nobody's surprised. And we're going to do that. All right. I need to reverse these. And I'm going to give it kind of a yellowy off tint. Green might even do it a little bit. So it's not completely see-through. Looks pretty good. Just enough so you can kind of see what's on the inside here. I keep trying to shade it smooth and it won't shade smooth, which is worrying to me, but we'll take it. The roughness should be like 0.7, and I think we're golden. Yeah, there's some bits of it that are like perfectly see-through, which I don't love. So instead of this white, let's drop it down to like 0.95. That should actually just do it for us. We'll say 0.95. No hue, no saturation. Now there's no like hidden... there still is. 0.9. Yeah, it's a little ghostly for me. Oh well, we'll try it. So if I sit here and edit you, you should be good to go, right? I see the little boundary right there. Okay, we'll take it. Let me go ahead and go into edit mode on this bad boy. Let's edit that with a bevel. You know what? I think we don't need to bevel the outer loop, just the inner loop. Yeah, that works. 2 should be fine. 2 is fine. We will clamp overlap. And I will say 0.03, just for the sake of our own OCD. Look at that. Cool. While we're at it, we'll go ahead and bevel this. Yeah, just a nice solid bevel. This is cheap. It's a cheap little bin. Who cares? That'll be just fine for us. We'll do the same thing right here, I think. Not necessary. Let's not do it. And then we'll do the same thing here. Required. No, not required. Don't need it. Cool. All right. Let's make a lid. So this thing will be called rice bin. We'll go back into object mode. And we will add ourselves... It's got to be a cylinder, right? Yeah, we'll make a cylinder. And for this one, we're going to squash it almost entirely. Come on. Okay, nice and easy. Bring it on over. And I am going to go ahead. There's not actually plastic in the world that I'm working in. Oh well, I guess we'll cross that when we get there. Okay, so we want to go to object mode. We want to, what is it? Control A to scale. Perfect. Thank you, Simp, for that information. Good friend of the channel. There's that, and we'll do the same thing on the bottom. Right about there. Look at that. A nice, simple little lid. We're not going to think about it too much. I think we might want to make it wood. I think wood could look good on here. Okay, check this out. It's a little big, so we're gonna shrink it on down. Look at that, fits perfect. Fits right on there, and we'll just make it out of wood so it looks a little bit cleaner. If it's wood, then I probably need to put some rope in here. Which means I'm gonna have to do something a little weird. Okay. Sure. I'm down for the challenge. Let's do it. Alright. Here we go. Making things way more complicated than we need to. I need to inset a face. Really small on here. That'll probably do. Sure. You'll do just fine. And then we'll go ahead and grab you and you, you and you. How do we want to do this? Okay, got it. We're thinking on our toes today. Okay, so you two are going to connect. Nope, just you two. And if I've done everything correctly, I haven't. If I've done everything correctly, I haven't. All right, now we got to do everything the hard way. Oh, I don't want to do this. All right, let's do it. It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Oh, this is going to be awful. Actually, no. Hold on. Let's grab you and pull you up. That's not the direction I wanted to pull it in. There we go. Yeah, this works. And now we'll connect these faces. And we should theoretically be looking pretty solid here. And I can reconnect. Yeah, totally. Okay. Let's not lose sight of what we're doing. This whole series of Make and Break has just been me giving myself difficult challenges. What up, Joe? Oh, I'm focused. We are, we're doing new weird stuff. That's for sure. Like that. Oh, it got really crunchy. Why did it get so weird? Okay, we've made some ingons, but we can fix those. And there's a little bit of space underneath here. Why can I see underneath here? Hey, Joe. I followed you the other day. I was looking at your channel. I couldn't find any VODs. Do you not keep VODs of your stuff? I was gonna watch your Vermintide play. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I can live with this. Now we gotta fix it. Oh yeah, it's just in your Twitch settings. It says like, you know, archive broadcasts or something along those lines. It has very specific language that they use. All right, that's gotta go. And I think we want to do it like that. Correct? I'm like, that is it. Oh, now I gotta turn it into like a torus. Oh, why have I given myself so much work? What am I doing with my life? All right. I got all of them. Let's scale them down. Yep. Whew. Okay. My brain is moving very fast right now. I don't know why there's a hole cut into this thing, but we will work with that. And then I gotta figure out how to do volumetric rice, which, what is that even gonna look like? That might be, maybe I'm gonna be the volume guy. You know, all these 3D people that you see on YouTube, they all got a thing. Maybe my thing is volumes. I feel pretty comfortable with volumes. I've done clouds, I've done all sorts of stuff. If I can figure out how to make 3D rice, we might be like in the books. We might actually have something to provide for this world. Look at that. Okay, so I think I actually want to extrude it down. And I think I want to grab all of that. And all of that. Bring her on up. Actually, I'm going to bring it even higher, and then we're going to merge in just a second. Oh, no. That's too much. All right. Oh, I broke it. Ugh. Never ends, does it? All right. Up we go. Sure. Sure. Now, let's go ahead and... No. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I don't want this. Okay, tell you what. Can we do it from the bottom? Maybe this actually works. Maybe this works. Certainly doesn't. Okay, well, we'll grab all of you. We'll do it the hard way. All the way around town. If I had known that it was going to freak out like this, I could have solved this problem earlier. But such is life. So I'm going to connect them. We are looking at a lid. This is going to be a container for rice. So if we look at the materials, I have kind of this weird see-through plasticky looking thing. I'm going to have to edit it in a little bit, but I kind of like the way it looks right now. All right, making a little inset for this. I feel like I just pulled an owl from Winnie the Pooh by sharpening my S's a little too much. Let's say 0.01. Yeah, that'll do. Maybe even more than that. 0.011. Heck, man, let's get it really thick. 0.013. There's nothing wrong with it being a little thicker. You need the support. Okay. Here's where things are going to get real messy. Got you two. Got you two. Delete all of this. Delete it all. Delete it all. Get out of here. Goodbye. That'll work. Okay, and then I can do it backwards, I think. Make it a little bit easier on ourselves. We're gonna have to do a lot of fixing. This looks like junk. Bada bam, bada bam. I'm gonna experiment on this one before I do the next one, because I'm a little bit worried that this isn't gonna work. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Just merge it last. Problem solved. Problem solved. I was trying to be all clever about it. No. Why be clever? Being clever doesn't help you. There we go. Cool. So I'll do the same thing over here. Merge it last. Merge it last. Merge at last. Cool. We got a handle. I gotta make it look less like it will kill your hand. So let's do that. And there's this part of it. I'm thinking beveling is gonna be our best option, but I don't know how beveling is gonna work here. Also, to all of you quad purists out there, this is very bad. All right. Theoretically, it's done. But, you know me. I can't leave it like this. Oh, what if it was flat on top? Let's look at a lid real quick. Let's look at a lid. Wooden lid. They all kind of have that rope. Oh, that's it. Perfect. We found it. Yeah, it's flat on top. It's actually flat on both sides. actually flat on both sides. That doesn't make any sense to me. Isn't that uncomfortable? Isn't that very uncomfortable? Alright, well, somebody uses it. Well, I'm not that. I'm not going to do that. Let's go ahead and grab all of you. Not you. That one. There we go. Let's grab you. Let's grab you. What just happened? Oh, I was insetting. I don't want to inset. I want to make a little... There we go. Let's go ahead and clamp some overlap and get as high as we can go. And try not to ruin our camera. That looks decent. That's usable. New idea. Before we do that, let me go ahead and loop cut this a few times. Oh, we have ruined this mesh. Okay, let's fix the mesh real quick, actually. Let's merge at last. Merge at last. Does that fix it? Can't tell. It's always hard to tell. I think we just duplicated our edges, which would explain the problem we had earlier. Let's try it. Loop cut works. I'll take it. We'll do 2, 2, 2. Get out of there. Get out of there. And 2. All right. From here, grab you, grab you, grab you. Oh, they're bad. Yep, something's wrong with them. Oh, wait, no, they're fine. What was that? That was weird. Maybe I wasn't clicking Alt hard enough on my keyboard. Okay, so I got all this. Let's go ahead and smooth her out, and hopefully this doesn't ruin the mesh. Oh. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Whoa. She's gorgeous. A perfect little arch right there. Wow, and it's so thin. That is wonderful. We'll go ahead and not do that. Instead, we will do this. Just to get the length right. Look at that. Wow. Much wow. Much to love. How you doing, Violets? How's life treating you? That angle's a little gross right there. I think we can fix that really easy. Here we go. New idea. We'll do that, and then we'll drop it down. Look at that. Oh, she's beautiful. Editing videos. Oh, man. How pro of you. Nothing I hate more than editing videos, which is why I have procrastinating editing my video that would probably help my Twitch career a lot. But I've procrastinated for so long. I have a video of my first week of Blender, and it's just sort of showing all the steps I took to like get to where I am now. I'm like 75% of the way done with it, and I've been working on it since I started doing Blender. It's kind of sad, really. I should just finish it. There's so much to do. I have given myself way too many projects. Okay, just a little bit of a bit right there. Just get it out of the way. Yeah. I'm the kind of person that once I start a discipline, I'm like, oh, I gotta make 100 of these. Like, once I make my first YouTube video, then I gotta make my second, then I gotta make my third, so on and so forth. So, I mean, it'll just never end. Which doesn't mean that I shouldn't do it. In no way is that an excuse. But just the way that I think. Alright, Jay has not been working for us. Oh, it just worked. Okay, I gotta make fun of things, and then they'll work perfectly for us. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay. And we should be just about done here in just a second. So, I'm gonna hit J as hard as I can so it works perfectly and I never have to do it again. I'm gonna hit J really hard. We're good. What video are you working on, by the way? Hey, okay. Look at her. She's lovely. That lid is way too small. Look how small this thing is. Alright, fun fact. Here's some Blender 101 for you. If you click anything and you control click, it'll do like a smart selection, and you can grab everything you've ever wanted. It's a little fickle, so you're gonna have to undo a lot when it's working, but it does good work. What's the YouTube video of? Is it like a trailer introduction, or like what all's it got? Oh, that's awesome. Is it going to be more art than gameplay, or is it a little bit of both, just like your stream? That's super dope. Bullet journal. Wow. That sounds very healthy to have a bullet journal. I could probably learn a lot from that, but I'm just not a journaler. It's not in my DNA. For me, I'm very digital, despite it not always working out in my best interest. Alright. If I've done my job correctly and we can stop falling in the middle of this thing, we should be ready to do all this. That's awesome. Good on you. This is not an excuse on my part, but just to sort of, you know, give myself a little bit of devil's advocacy. The video that I'm editing is... What is it? It is 14 hours of content that I'm trying to edit into like a 20-minute video, which is such a dumb idea for your first video. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. But it is what I'm doing. So it's what I will do. Alright. If I've done everything correctly. If this is it. Yeah, it's bad. It's the worst, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it's like such a terrible idea. All right, we're gonna say that looks about decent. And then I just need to grab that and all of these. Nope. Come on. No, don't do this to me. Oh, that worked. Why was that so... That was awesome. Okay, I just learned how to click things a little bit better than I used to. Alright, all of this we can now push up just a little bit. No, something I messed up. What did I mess up? Just pull the whole thing up? Yeah. Cool. I could sit and work on this lid forever. But we'll call it there. So let's go into object mode and let's see if we can do this. So let's go ahead and bring the cart back in. Let's bring the cookware back in. And let's grab both of these. Shrink them on down. I guess I should get out of this view real quick. Shrink them down. Throw them on in. Proportion is probably the artistic sense that I have the least of. So the proportion is going to be off. I'll sit and tinker with this for a long time, but it'll be all right. So we'll put it just intersecting slightly with the bottom. That should be fine. Shouldn't be any big deal there. Make it bigger, and now it's going to intersect more because I didn't think. Who needs to think? Just a little bit of intersection. Tiniest little bit. And we'll push it off into the corner. And I'll give you a little bit of a rotation. I only really need to rotate the lid. So we'll rotate that lid and we're going to off-kilter it because nobody likes perfect geometry. And I'll go into shader. Look at this beautiful little scene. The plastic actually looks kind of gross now that I'm looking at it. Maybe it has to be glass. I don't know if I want it to be glass. All right, that's pretty good looking wood grain. It messes up a lot on that little divot there. What's this wood grain? That looks a little better. Let's do that one. Cool, so we got a wood top on there. And then this bad boy. Let's just try it. Let's see what happens. If I grab you and I put on a glass and I put the color into glass and I put the BDSF whatever thing into there. Oh, that looks really weird. IOR2 roughness. There we go. Say 0.8. Can we see through that? It's kind of hard to tell. Everything's so dark. Okay, so the pixelation. Really good question, Joe. The pixelation is the way that it determines where the 3D geometry is. So it calculates everything in a spiral per pixel or per like cluster of pixels. And so every time I move it, it pixelates because it's recalculating what everything looks like. if I sit still for a sec, it'll keep going sharper and sharper and sharper until it has the true image. So when you actually sit and render the final image, it does it like 1,000 times, and it'll be even sharper than what you're seeing right here. You can change the way that it does this, but this is usually the most efficient way. I wouldn't really change it more than this. Whereas if we put it in the regular view, obviously there's no pixelation. The geometry is just the geometry. Alright, lots of lids in this scene. Looking at this, I'm going to go ahead and put him up and stretch him out just a little bit. Put you down in there. It's a little, again, it's a little rigid on the edges there. I should probably subdivide that. I didn't want this to be so high poly. Alright, now, if I'm a crazy person, and I am, what we should do, let's just do it. Let's just do it. I'm not even going to think about it. We're going to do it. We're going to make a cone. We're going to bring that cone back. We're going to squash the cone real nice and thin. Like that should do. And then I'm going to go into edit mode. And we're going to grab just the bottom of it. And we're going to pull it out. That's not what I wanted. I want to extrude it. Okay. Now what do we have here? What is this? What could this be? If I'm being extra weird and crazy, I should probably inset a face onto here. We'll go ahead and just do it that way. What do we have here? What is this? There we go. That's a decent enough face. I really hate that spike. That spike's going to come back to haunt us, so I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to bring it in. Oh, I have to use the spike, though, don't I? Okay, we'll keep the spike. Whatever. I'm not going to think about it. What do we have here? What is this? This is... Let's go ahead and move it real quick. We'll put you over here. We'll put you there. Look at this. Okay, so I want to get the geometry really close on here. So it's going to require a bit of tinkering on my end. Let me just grab some XY coordinates real quick. Copy. Paste. And copy. Paste. All right. Now we'll go into wireframe and try not to lose our minds in wireframe because wireframe looks so weird. And we'll just push you down. In fact, I should go into edit mode. Okay. My apologies for how bad this looks. This is all part of the plan. Let's go ahead and use the tip that Simp gave us really quick, which is Control A to scale, edit mode, and now we'll do it. Oh, perfect. Man, Simp like saved our life when he told us that. Cool. Now we got that, and we'll go ahead and bring her on up. So she should fit like right in there. The geometry's super close. I'm not going to stress it too much. All right. Now, am I going to be able to do this? I don't know. I don't know what I'm capable of. Let's do the easy way first. The easy, terrible, gross way. And then I'll do it the nice way. All right. We want a really high poly image. Images do not have polygons, but that's just how my brain thinks. My apologies. Where are ya? You hear that? Hold on. What the heck? That was weird. I heard somebody hitting a piece of metal, like, right outside my door. Like somebody was hitting my car with a crowbar. That was concerning. Alright, anyway, getting back to the point. I will subside the mystery here in just a second, I promise. I know I'm teasing too much. There it is again. What are they doing? Well, wouldn't you have guessed it? It is the it's the high school. There's two people with reflective coats on just hitting a big giant pole with a hammer. Fixing. That's what they're doing. They're fixing it. I never know what they're up to. Like, could you imagine walking up to a telephone pole and you're like, I'm just gonna hit it with a hammer. That'll fix it. What? How would that solve anything? Anyway, it's not my job. I'm not gonna think about it. All right. So, what do we want to be putting on here? We have something that's semi-translucent, hopefully. We're gonna add a shader. Probably a diffuse, if I had to guess. And we're gonna go ahead and add an image texture. And there it is. You can see it, but you can't see this, so we're gonna have to make it more see-through. Oh, it looks so bad. What happened? Okay, let's get rid of everything. Okay, all we got is this. Why does it look so bad? This is gonna be the bin lid, and this will be pile of rice. All right. We want it. Why is it so bad looking? Why is it so zoomed in? It doesn't even make sense. Let's get rid of these. Why is it huge? Why is it huge? It's so big. This image, by the way, this image that I've downloaded is like this big. It's huge. It's a huge image. Why are they using such a small portion of it? Okay, well I can definitely do something about this. I just got to be smart about it. Let's start with a noise. I think that's a bad idea. I can indeed have more polygons. Okay, we've just ruined this image. Let's try... I don't understand why it's doing this. Image textures are always so frustrating. Maybe I shouldn't use an image texture. What's the other one? Environment? Environment. Would this do anything? It's gonna be pink, and then we'll open Jasmine Rice. Whoa. Nope, has to be an image texture for sure. Very strange. Very, very strange. Best thing I can think to do is a wave. Hear me out. No, it just ruins the pixels. Let's do it the other way around. Let's do a noise texture between these two. Whoa. No, no, no. Terrible. Well, it wasn't my first option anyway. Here's what I actually want to do. I'm not gonna be able to do it. It's like, it's gonna require me to sit and work on this for a couple hours, and I would not subject you all to that. But what I think I'm going to do, and what I want to do, all things considered, is a principled volume. Volume's gonna go to here. You see how it makes it like a little wispy cloud? You can come in here and you can determine a whole bunch of stuff to make shapes. You can put stuff in here. I just have to see how dense I can get it. But it shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So I'm gonna see if I can make a bunch of little rice grains rendered in a volumetric. Oh, this could get out of hand, couldn't it? This could get really out of hand. All right, well, let's have some fun in the meantime. Something else you can do, and it's a bad idea, don't do it. You can get rid of your pile of rice. You can bring back that. Let's get rid of the lid. We'll go back to this. Here's what I can do. I can come in here and I can make... Oh, how do I want to do it? Probably a cube. We can make a cube. We can scale her down. Rice is always a little bit off center. And then we can go into edit mode. We can loop cut it. I am trying to make the world's smallest geometry for this because it's going to come into play. And we're going to hope that I don't blow up my computer when I do this. Okay, check it out. It's a grain of rice, right? Perfect. Looks great. What we're going to do is make her really small. And we're going to hope that this works. Could probably make it even a little smaller than that. All right. Let's have some fun. I'm going to go ahead and put the Y at 0. The X at 0, which is not going to work. Let's not do that. All right, check it out. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to put you on an array. Um, 1.1. Maybe 1.2 should be fine. And we're going to do a whole bunch of you. Let's not get too crazy here. Let's say 6, because I can do even math a little bit better than I can do odd math. Kind of think we want them even smaller. That's kind of big rice. Let's say like that. And now we can increase our size to 10. And then we'll do the same thing here. Oh no. We'll do that. And then I'm going to make another array. And this one is going to be... Sorry, you should be going underneath this one. What just happened? Oh, it got messed up. Got it. This one is going to go this way. 0.6. 1. 1 point, let's just do 2. Sure. So I'll go ahead and put you all over here, and then we'll do a count of, say, 10. Let's say 15. Sure, that'll work. And then I will add one more array modifier. And this one will be on the z-axis, and we'll do 2. Let's do -3. There we go. And we'll do 10. Gonna need a lot more than that. Let's do 30. And we got a bunch of pills. If I was feeling extra fancy, I'd round the ends of them and make them look more like rice, but this is going to be a disaster. So let's go ahead and save. Let's go ahead and grab this guy and give him collision physics. I think we want rigid body, actually. Rigid body, passive, mesh. Then we'll grab you, and we'll give you rigid body active. They already moved, which is concerning. Oh, I have to sit and do it. Oh no. Convex hull works. Oh, this is gonna be a real problem, isn't it? Okay. Let's save that. Let's go to animation. Let's go to frame 0. Theoretically, why does it teleport? There's no reason it should teleport. That doesn't make any sense. Let's go back to 1. Let's grab your physics. Let's disable your physics. Back to frame 1. Rigid body. Why does it teleport? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, whatever. This is only going to backfire spectacularly. Cool. So here's how I know how to do this. We are going to go into edit mode and cross our fingers that this doesn't destroy our computer. Wrong thing. This thing. Edit mode. We want the rice. Just the rice. Just the rice. In fact, I'm going to make a collection for it real quick because it is going to go literally everywhere. Okay, we got you. Edit. Oh, I understand. I'm dumb. We want to hit apply, apply, apply. Now we have the rice. I hit all of you. I hit separate by loose parts. Trying not to break. Blender. Oh, it worked. Yes. How many do we have? 200? Oh, 300? Yikes. Oh, it goes on forever. Oh, this is a yikes. I'm not calculating 1,000 parts. Oh, it keeps going. Oh, how many pieces of rice did we make? Okay, we're gonna go real fast. This looks like a little bit of a problem. How many grains of rice are in a jar? Well, we've rendered it. Oh, it just keeps going. Oh, it just keeps going. So each of these grains of rice has 10 vertices. So you can times this number by 10 for the calculations. Yeah, we're not doing all this. This is crazy. No, 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 no. Let us undo just the last one. I'm going to say 15 is fine. Well, at least half whatever it is. They're running low on rice. That's fine. All right. So we'll do the same thing as before. We're going to hit them all. We're going to separate by loose parts. We're going to go back into object mode. Can I select all? I can. Oh, that's pretty fast. Cool. And then we're going to set origins to geometry. Yep, and they all have their nice little geometry points in the center. That's kind of a cool look right there. All right. All right, let's try not to freak out. Oh. Oh, oh no. Yep, that's 2,000 rice. Oh no. It's not gonna work. Yeah, so this is why we wanted to take a shortcut. There's no way I'm gonna render this. We've done one frame so far, and oh, it's back. No, each frame breaks. I got my high poly rice. Certainly did. I can't believe Blender is still holding true to itself. All right, let's stop this. I pressed space. It's going to take a couple of days before it stops. For the sake of just showing it off, I'll do just a couple of them in the physics just to show you what it does. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go back, back, back. Just give it a sec. Just give it a sec. She's having trouble. I got a video card that's a couple generations old, just having a little bit of trouble. Okay, so we've separated by loose parts. There we are. And we're back to edit, and we're in the array modifier, and I'm gonna do 5. In fact, I'll do 3. Right, this is a third of the processing time. In fact, I'm gonna do 2. We're gonna do 2, because I don't even wanna try. 2 it is. Cool. Now we're just gonna repeat the same steps as before. We have to hit apply. What am I doing? Hit apply. Go to edit. Separate by loose parts. 300-ish rice. Let's see if you're right. It's exactly 300. Wow. Good call. This is why I pay the big bucks. Select these objects. Set origin to geometry. Get our little circles in there. 300. Let's hit it. Are we ready? Will it break? That is the question. No. There we go. This is how well it runs with 300. Wow. It didn't even go that crazy. They're just there now. Let's go ahead and increase how many frames we're doing, and I'm gonna give them a little bit of a bounce so that they'll just be more fun. Cool. So we're back up to the top, and I'm gonna click on them. Oh no. I gotta undo it. Hold on. Rice Army. Honestly? Okay, we're back. We're back to here. I can go ahead and hit apply there. I'm going to change my frames to 240. And we're going to save so I never have to redo that part again. Okay. Because I'm probably going to have to do this part a couple of times. So we want... If I put mesh on here, it's going to be the worst thing in the world. So I'm not doing that. Surface response. Friction bounciness. That's what we want. Let's say 0.5. Okay. Let's go for it. So we have it all separated. Yep. Edit mode. Grab them all. Separate by loose parts. Hopefully they don't bounce out of the actual mesh. That would not be great. All right. I'm ready. They're processing pretty well. I'm not going to change my camera because it will blow up the simulation. Oh, look at them bounce. Oh, man. Isn't it gorgeous? Cool. Now we got our rice all over the place. Whoop. There we are. Cool. So, last but not least, let's do one more. So we got them all as a mass. I'm going to actually jump their bounciness up even more, and I'm going to lower their friction. And we're going to do the worst thing in the world. We're going to shade them smooth, and we're going to put a shader on them, and we're going to hope that it doesn't blow up on us. Oh, do you see it trying to keep up with all of them? Oh, no. Cool. Oh, if I really wanted to break my computer, I'd put a subsurface scatter on them. I'm not going to do that. I do not want to die today. All right, what does rice look like? Rice is a diffuse. Oh, she's so pretty. Actually, it's kind of glossy. Rice is like very low gloss. Let's put a gloss on there. Gloss, and then we're going to put the coefficient to like that. Just a little bit of light. Ooh, it processes pretty bad. Oh, that's ugly. Okay, sure. And then rice has two colors, to the best of my understanding. It has a very light lilac-y color, like there, all the way white, and drop the saturation down to like that. And then there's a yellowy one, like there, and we'll drop the saturation down a lot. And we'll put that in there, and then we'll just use a random noise filter. Or, better yet, let's put reflection on it, because, no, that'll kill my computer. Oh but it'll look good. Too bad we're doing it. I don't care. There we go. It's a little too purpley, honestly. Yeah, we'll lower that purple down. Say it's about that, and drop this down to 0.05. There we go. It looks moderately like rice, you know. It's not perfect. I'd put little dimples in it or something if I was feeling extra crazy, but I'm not feeling extra crazy. Cool. Now let's go ahead back to animation. Let's save what we got. Let's click it. We've applied all of our filters. We're gonna go ahead into edit mode. We're going to separate by loose parts. Let's grab them again, and nope, come back. Set origin to geometry. Everything's perfect. All right, here's where we kill our computer, and then we're gonna play some Sonic. Because we have totally lost the point today. Which is good. Sometimes you gotta have a little break. Sometimes you do make and break, and sometimes you take a break inside your make and break, which you break and you make. So let's go for it. Oh! Oh no. Oh, she's bad. Oh, she's bad. Folks. Boy, wasn't that a cinematic experience for the ages. Didn't that just make you feel like you were really there? Well, there we go. We've made a bunch of rice in a pot. This has been a great experience. Let's see if there's any last things I want to do. What a touching story. Honestly, this is my Opius. Alright, we'll go ahead and just delete all of the rice. Oh no. Hold on. Select, delete, delete. The rice bin can have its physics removed. And we're back. Cool. Anything left to do before we play some Sonic? We keep getting stuck in the roof. I need to just, like, leave the roof off. It doesn't help us at all. Those wheels are looking pretty keen. I'm pretty okay with the wheels. We have storage. We'll throw rice in there eventually once I figure out how the volumetrics work. I kind of wanted to make the cooler today, but we'll do it next time. Let me go ahead and sanction where it's going to be, though. So we'll put you down like that. Looks about right to me. So we'll have a cooler sitting here, and there's going to be a lot of stuff in there. Oh, I thought of something, by the way. I had a brilliant idea the other day. Let's get you down and bring you up just a little bit. That'll do. Even up a little bit more. Really good idea. So we're going to have a griddle here. Like a griddle, skillet, whatever you want to call it. Give one of the fish a gun. Are there fish here? What do you mean fish? You want me to give a fish a gun? You know what? Joe, you're a real patron of the arts here. I'll give a fish a gun just for you. Tell you what. This will be a nice little flex of my skills that I do not have. The cube is the cooler. Cooler is going to come up with cookware. There we go. Here we go. Here's a fish with a gun. Let's go. A fish. No, we're doing it. It's too late now. You can't take it back. Fish with a gun is a cube. Put a cube forward. You pull it out. Okay, now you go into edit mode and you loop cut it a whole bunch of times. That's too many times. We want 4 times. Okay. Now, your loudmouth. You know, Joe, one day you'll learn. Look at that. Okay. Now I'm going to grab this. We're going to scale her down. And then we're going to go ahead and merge these guys together. That didn't work. You know what? It's fine. They're doing just great, just the way they are. There we go. It's a fish. And then we'll go ahead and grab that front face and bring it down. And we'll go ahead and throw on a little icosphere with a geometry of 6. Hey Joe, I got kind of a crazy thing to let you know. I don't think mafia bosses really exist anymore. So I think you might be alright. Unless you go to Japan and like there's the Yakuza or somebody. Alright, so we got a fish. Right, it's a great looking fish. It's maybe the best fish I've ever made in my life as somebody who's made a lot of fish on stream. We'll go ahead and fix up just this little bit. There we go. Alright, and he's got a gun. Let's go ahead and put a gun on him. Look, you do things as long as I have, which is for about 3 months, and you're the best in the world. There's nobody who 3D models like I do. Which is actually a true statement, but it's not a good statement. Alright, we got this. Yep. What is this gonna be? Gotta wonder. Gotta wonder sometimes. We'll go ahead and move this back. And I'll go ahead and skew it. How are we gonna skew it? How are we gonna skew it? What are we doing? There we go. Just like that. And then we'll go ahead and extrude it. That'll do. And I'm going to grab the whole thing and scooch it forward, scooch it down. We can actually rotate it just a little bit. I want to say that's a little too big. So we're going to make it smaller. There we go. That's the fish's hand. Now we're going to make the gun. So let's go ahead and make a cube. Guns are cool. How do you make a gun? I don't know. It's going to be like... Nope. It's going to be like that. It's going to be edit, loop cut, right there. Another loop cut right here. We're going to go ahead and grab a face and extrude it downwards. And you know, that's not how guns look. They got a little bit of a slant to them. Look at that. Perfect. That's a gun. And then we're going to go ahead and grab this face right here. And we're going to make a little hole. We'll scale it inwards. We'll extrude it down. And then that part we will scale in, and we'll bring it back. And for extra authenticity, we'll go ahead and put a little hole in it. Look at that. We got a gun. The best part about the gun, this is why I'm the world's best 3D modeler. Gun, all ready to scale. And you know what? I'll do you even one better. Yeah, this is my favorite boss fish. I'll do you one better, man. You think I'm done? I'm not done. Why would I be done? We gotta finish the fish. He's got a glassy eye that's bright red with a very low IOR, and it probably shouldn't be that crazy. Let's go ahead and change that IOR to that. There we go. A nice reflective eye. Its body is going to be glossy like a fish. Not a glass, but a gloss. And when I think of fish, what do I think of? I think of stripes. Fish have stripes. So we're going to need a color ramp. Put them in. Put them in. Look at that. I don't know why it looks so weird, but we'll take it. We'll even add a little bit of distortion to it. That's too much distortion. Why does it look so weird? What happened to our fish? Why does he look so weird? All right, we'll do that. That looks fine. And what color are fish? Whatever color you want them to be. It's gonna be like a teal and a sage, because those are colors I enjoy. And we're gonna drop that scale down to a 2. The hand is the exact same color. And then the gun. And gun is the easiest thing on the world. It is just metal. So we will do glossy with a nice dark metal, and we'll make it really, really reflective. There you go. Get your screenshots now. Wait, hold on. My logo's in the way. Let's get them big. How long was that? How long was that? I'll render it out. I'm gonna post it. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't move my camera. Camera. Where is that camera at? Camera. There he is. We'll go ahead and rotate him just a little bit. And what does it look like through the camera? Oh, we're very close. Joe, I hope it's not the only fish with a gun anybody's ever made for you. We'll do that, and we'll get in the camera, and we got to do it even a little bit more. Even a little bit more. There we go. What's that gorilla song? Fish with Guns? We got it. Oh man, it's doing that render problem again. Okay, so it's rendering it in pixels. Let me see if it auto clears this. Oh, it's rendering the whole cart in the background. There's just a food cart sitting behind the fish. Let's not have that. All right, so your fish, your gun, your eye, and your hand? Yeah. Cool, now we'll render. Now, if you don't use this as your desktop background, I don't even know what the point was, honestly. I even made the background transparent so you can edit it into whatever you like. Alright, it looks like it's just about done. It's very pixely. Why is it so pixely? Let's go ahead and save that as fish with gun. Oh, Joe, this is it. I should put him in the cooler. Oh, I should put him in the cooler. That's such a smart idea. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have the gun pointing out of the cooler. He's going to be a little secret for anybody that goes inside the cooler. Oh, that's perfect. Joe, I got a great little call to action for you. You should join my Discord. It's linked right there for you. And I'll post it in the Discord. If that's not the slickest way that I could get you to join the Discord, I don't know what else there is. All that being said, let me go ahead and share my desktop. Actually, I will open it in a browser because I am able to show off my browser. So we're going to turn on the browser real quick. Wow, that was like 15 minutes. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's one of the dumbest renders I've ever done. But like, 15 minutes? Yo. Alright, so we'll close Blender. And Mozilla is advertising things that I don't want. And I'll put the fish here. Look at that. There he is in all his glory. Little transparent image of a fish with a gun. And it's there. For all of your needs, it's a fish with a gun. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink water and turn myself back into a human again. I'll be off for about 5 minutes, and then I'll be back with some Sonic. And you're not gonna want to miss these last bits because we're playing as the literal worst characters in the game. So, yeah. Hold on to your boots, and I'll be back. Peace.